What has keys but can't listen to the beauty that unlocks? A piano. Just as Jared Nitz once said, the piano is a beautiful instrument. People tend to be kind of timid on learning it because it tends to have 88 keys, and people want to learn new instruments kind of later in life, and that's completely fine. I'm here to show you how truly easy it actually is to learn piano. We're going to first start learning the basics of reading sheet music and how the difference between each class matters. Then we're going to transfer that all to actually learning piano. So first we're going to read the staff. The staff only contains 5 lines and 4 spaces. Each line and space contains a single note. The notes' names are actually the first 7 letters of the alphabet, so A through G. Fairly easy to remember. And these notes can actually go above these 5 lines and 4 spaces, but we tend to not see them unless they're a more advanced piece or if we're playing a different instrument. But those are actually called above or below staff notes. So when we're assigning these notes to specific line and space, it's important to look at the symbol in the beginning of the staff, which is the treble and the bass clef. You'll see the treble on the top, you'll see the bass clef on the bottom of a grand staff. So we first start off with reading the treble clef. So how to remember that is every good boy deserves fudge are on the lines of the treble clef, or as some people have also said, every good burrito doesn't fall apart. For the space, we think of face. So face in the space because that rhymes. So that means there's FAC is in the space of treble clef. And if you forget acronyms fairly easy, you can always remember the treble clef has a little loop around the staff. And that actually loops around the G. So it's also called the G clef because it loops around the G line. For bass clef, we think of good boys who find always on the line. So G, B, D, F, A. And then on the spaces, we think of all cows eat grass. So A, C, E, G. And if we also can't remember acronyms for bass clef, we think of the 2 dots on the staff. So if you look at a bass clef, it's a little loop with 2 dots. And those 2 dots actually correlate to the F line. So if you can't remember how to read a bass clef, you just think of the F clef. And that's where you place your notes at. So now we kind of know placements on the staff. We're going to look at it on the piano. So when we're looking at a piano, it follows a pattern of black and white keys. So every set of 7 white keys is actually the same. So it starts off with C, and then it ends at B, and then it keeps repeating over and over and over until the piano's finished. So the left white key next to the 2 black keys is actually the C key. So you'll see a picture of it here. And the most important C is middle C. It's kind of where we know where to place our hands. So everything right to the piano of middle C is where we kind of usually place our right hand. And then everything left to it is where we place our left hand. And that also transcribes to right hand is treble clef and left hand is bass clef. So here's an example we're going to learn on piano, and it's hot cross buns. So we're going to only focus on using the right hand today. We're going to look at the sheet music, and it says E, D, C as the first 3 notes. So we would put it as E, then D, then C. So then we can play hot cross buns, just that simple. You can put it on your right hand, you can put it on your left hand. It always follows the same pattern on the keyboard. So now that we play that piano, we become an expert and can practice some at home. To summarize, we have learned about how to read the staff off the sheet music and the clefs that apply the notes, and how to transfer that to actually piano. Like Albert Einstein once said, anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried something new.